Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. I am Cansu and other group members are Deniz, Yiğit, Sıla, Onur and Melis. Today we will talk about the application of lean production at Turkey agricultural machinery. Our presentation will take about 15 minutes. You can ask your questions in the end of our presentation. Firstly, our content includes abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, results and discussions, conclusion and references. Now Deniz will continue.
Thank you, Cansu. I am Deniz. Now I will continue with abstract part. Lean production can be applied all conditions to reduce cost by making the business more efficient and more sensitive to market needs. Turkey agricultural machinery has some problems in the production of rotavator machine and needs some improvements by means of lean production applications done in this project. The other problems are inefficient layout of the production process, non-capable employees, process interrupted by missing employees, non-ergonomic and dangerous working conditions, lacking of equipment of the employees, unheeded health and safety issue. The factory is very scattered, inoperative planning systems, low capacity utilization rate, too much the number of finished product model, and they pass through common machines. There are bottlenecks. During the semester, by visiting the Turkey agricultural machinery once or twice a week, spending 3 to 4 hours in a day and communicating with operators, workflow is created and production of roller pipes is determined as most problematic part. Then, value stream mapping method, which is part of the lean management, is applied on this part. In value stream map, problematic parts are determined. Dyeing and welding part has highest cycle time, which is 4,680 seconds and 2,100 seconds respectively. And the greatest inventory, which is 84 units, is when moving from the welding part to the lathe part. These are problematic parts. Therefore, it is observed that some studies are necessary to reduce the high inventory and high cycle time seen here. We completed these studies by doing a time study on lathe, welding, sandblasting, pre-assembly, dyeing, and final assembly parts. To reduce the high inventory and high cycle time seen here, some studies should be done. To reduce cycle time, total productive maintenance can help. Continuous flow, high junka, just-in-time, single-minute exchange of dyes, full production can help to reduce inventory. Since assembly is a manual job, machine time can be reduced to some extent, but manual work, that is, the duration of human work can be reduced by time study. 5S method should be applied to the whole factory. For employees, necessary equipment should be provided. Working conditions should be arranged to be ergonomic. Employees should be given the necessary training to know every step in the process and become more qualified. Introduction part covers problem statement and motivation. Now Sıla will continue with introduction part.
Okay. Thank you, Deniz. I am Sıla. Lean production is a management approach which focuses on cutting waste while ensuring quality. This can be applied to all aspects of a business, from design to manufacturing and distribution. Lean production proposes to reduce costs by making the business more efficient and more sensitive to the market needs. It includes many methods, such as value stream mapping, and for this, time study is needed. Value stream mapping is a lean management method for analyzing the current situation and designing a future situation for a sequence of events that receives a product or service from the beginning of a particular process to the customer. It is a visual tool that displays all critical steps in a specific process and easily measures the time and the volume taken at each stage. It indicates the flow of both materials and information as they go through the process. In addition, time study is a structured process to directly observe and measure human work, using a timing device to determine the time required for the job to be completed by a qualified worker while working at a certain performance level. There is no perfectly functioning business from past to present. Every company or factory has its own problems. These problems cause disruption of production in the factory or company, loss of time, customer dissatisfaction, and many other problems. Businesses or factories look for ways to improve by solving these problems to make things run more efficiently. In this way, problems begin to be solved, efficiency and satisfaction increase. In order for these improvements to be made, first of all, the problem should be determined, and the optimum option should be applied. Many problems were observed in Turkey agricultural machinery, and as a result, the production of a machine was found to be slow, inefficient, longest to produce, and irregular. It is a rotavator. Rotavator is a part of agricultural machinery used to plow the land, with a set of blades that cut, crush, mix, and level farm soil in one pass. Welding is a bottleneck, and it is the part of the rotavator production. Therefore, it was decided to improve the production process of this machine and generate problems in the factory. Now, I will explain problem statement. Turkey Agricultural Machinery is a company that produces roughly 36 types of agricultural machinery. The machine that makes up 50% of this production is a rotavator. The process with the most production time is welding, and it is the part of the rotavator production. For this reason, it is the bottleneck. Therefore, the product decided to work is a rotavator. You can see the rotavator in the first picture. In addition, it was determined that there were disruptions in the production process of this machine, and therefore the machines are not delivered to customers on time, and thus customer dissatisfaction was experienced. The layout of the production process is not efficient. The employees are not capable of doing every step of the process. The process is disrupted in case of missing employees. The working conditions are not ergonomic and dangerous, as you can see in the second picture. The equipment of the employees is lacking. The health and safety issue is not given importance. The factory is very scattered. The planning systems are not working. The number of finished product model is too much. They pass through common machines. There are bottlenecks. The capacity utilization rate is low. Now, Yiğit will continue.
Thank you, Sıla. I'm Yiğit. Now I will continue with motivation part. This project has great importance because at the end of this project, multiple problems will be solved together. The process of the machine will be rearranged at an optimum level, and this production will accelerate, efficiency will increase, orders will be delivered to customers on time, and customer satisfaction will increase. Employees will know every step in the process and become more qualified. And those disruptions in production and stress on company employees and owners will be reduced. Literature survey part includes an examination of related topics in other companies. In this part, the topics related to the manufacturing techniques and value stream web cases were checked. We get information and ideas from the scanning and resources. These are the names of the articles we researched. Now Onur will continue.
Well, thank you, Yiğit. I'll continue with the methodology. During this semester, this study was carried out by visiting Turkey agricultural machinery once or twice a week, spending 4 hours a day. It's observed that the layout plan is faulty, the equipment of employees is lacking, the health and safety issue is not given importance, the factory is disorganized, the planning systems are not working, the number of finished product model is too much, there are bottlenecks, common machines are used, the capacity utilization rate is low, the working conditions are not ergonomic and dangerous. There is also time lost in transportation. Step-by-step measurement was made by communicating with the operators. We tried to check the workflow, but it was a bit difficult because there are malfunctions in the factory. Waiting times can vary, and it was a bit difficult for us to keep up with them. The purpose of creating a workflow is to understand the processes better. We'll look for answers to questions such as what does this factory produce, what are the assembly parts, and so on. For example, a welding part, what are assembly parts, and lathes are independent groups. Final assembly is an important part on the job. Every part goes into the dyeing process. To understand these processes, the workflow was created by following the recipe. The part with the longest production time and the most problematic part in the workflow we have prepared is the production of roller pipes. With the results obtained here, the value stream mapping method was applied to the production of roller pipes. These studies are completed by doing the time study on the lathe, welding, sandblasting, pre-assembly, dyeing, and final assembly parts. Workflow and value stream map are given as you can see. Now I continue with the results and discussion. After creating the workflow, a value stream map was created on the roller pipe production. In the value stream map, if you want to determine the problematic parts, the greatest inventory, which is 84, is when moving from the welding part to the lathe part. In addition, dyeing and welding part has the highest cycle time, which is seconds and 2100 seconds respectively. Therefore, some studies which are explained below should be done to reduce the high inventory and high cycle times here. Dyeing time measurement was very difficult for us because the dyeing process is done every day in the factory. But this is not in the order. The finished product is hand-directed to hook and waiting for the parts in front of it. The pieces go into the primer, coat paint, and finally to the oven. One person works on the lining. There are 3 people in the main color paint department, so extra workers are definitely needed to lining. Apart from that, these pieces should be hanged in the certain order. Some take too long, while others take shorter. Pieces that are difficult to paint and take longer can be divided into morning and short sections in the afternoon. Because the worker gets tired in the afternoon and the productivity decreases. It's also observed that the positioning of the paint department is wrong. The part coming out of the pre-assembly is carried with a forklift. Instead, if these paint hooks start from the pre-assembly and takes them directly to the paint, this will shorten the cycle time. The location of the welding part is fine. The source is a 2-stage process and the stations are very close to each other. Maybe another welding station can be added and the work can be divided. Thus, cycle time can be reduced. In addition, total productive maintenance and job enlargement can help to reduce the cycle time. To reduce inventory, continuous flow, Hejunka, just-in-time, single-minute exchange of dies, and pull function can help. We based on the bill of materials, but we saw the times in the bill of materials and the measurements we made were different. This causes the factory's capacity to be miscalculated and planning misarranged. Since assembly is a manual job, machine time can reduce to some extent, but manual work, that is, the duration of human work, can be reduced by time study. Since every part of the factory is very scattered, the 5S method should be applied to the whole factory. Necessary equipments should be provided for employees, working conditions should be arranged to be ergonomic, employees should be given the necessary training. Now, Melis will continue.
Thank you, Onur. I am Melis. In conclusion, every company or factory needs lean manufacturing practices because lean production is an endless application. It aims to eliminate or minimize activities that do not add value to the production process. In Turkey agricultural machinery, many problems were observed, and as a result, the production of a rotavator machine was found too slow, inefficient, and irregular. To improve the production process of this machine, some lean production applications were used. First, the workflow was created to better understand the process. Then a value stream map was created on the production of roller pipes part of the workflow. As a result, after creating a value stream map, the greatest inventory, which is 84, is then moving from the welding part to the lathe part, and dyeing and welding parts have the highest cycle times, which are 4,680 seconds and 2,100 seconds respectively, as problematic ones. To reduce the high inventory and high cycle times easier, some studies should be done. To reduce cycle times, total productive maintenance can help. Continuous flow, Hejunka, just-in-time, single-minute exchange of dies, full production can help to reduce inventory. As the assembly is a manual job, the machine time can be shortened to some extent, but the time of manual work, that is human work, can be reduced by time study. As every part of the factory is very scattered, the 5S method should be applied to the whole factory. Necessary equipment should be provided to employees. Employees should be given necessary training, and working conditions should be arranged to be ergonomic. For second semester, setup times will be added to this value stream map, and we will study on them. A spaghetti diagram can be created, thus time losses in transport will be determined and try to be reduced. Layout of the production process will be fixed, and these are our references. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. Group 8. Any question?
I don't have any question.
Özge?
I don't have any question either. Thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Did you do any time studying for the first semesters?
Yes, we did. Actually, we prepared a value stream map according to our time study.
How many observations did you get for time study to find reliable data?
For parts, we for welding, we did 5 time studies. for dyeing, we only did 2 because it's too long to measure. It depends on the parts actually.
Do you think such numbers are enough?
Actually,
create
we
a
did
value
the
stream
time
mapping?
series. Yes, but we also get a data from the
Company?
factories database, and we compared them with our findings. So we think it's enough.
Okay. I have no question then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You may leave the session.
Thank you hocam. İyi günler.
Thank you. See you.
İyi günler hocam.
See you. Have a nice day. Thank you.